Now on CoastTV News.
After 50 years of public service, I give you my word. I still believe in the idea for which this nation stands.
Biden's goodbye with days remaining in his term as president, the mixed messages Biden gave in a farewell address.
It's clear and cold now, then increasing clouds and temperatures creeping above freezing this afternoon. A few snow showers possible this evening, even milder to start the weekend with showers, maybe some Sunday snow. Details coming up.
Shelter from the cold will tell you where you can go if you need a warm place to stay as temperatures continue to drop.
Stay length standoff, the pushback against Ocean City's short-term rental plan, and the decision that was made by council in the town.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Thursday, January 16th, 2025. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. Thank you for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
You know, Bob has this checklist that he brings out about each day. Hot beverages is one of those items on the list. You might need a few of those, more than one as you head out this morning.
More than one. Whoa, or just a real big, extra large one.
Or
carry this guy around.
Or you could go with that.
Think this is big enough, hopefully. Fill with hot chocolate. You should be good to go today, but we'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey now. Bob, what are you thinking? That big enough for my warm drink?
Wow, that looks like the Stanley Cup. Well, not the Stanley Cup, but a Stanley Cup. Maybe, no. But definitely need that larger mug this morning. Definitely for sure, as it is chilly out there. Good morning, everybody. And look at these temperatures, 12 in Red and 15 in Seaford and Milton, 16 in Salisbury. These are actual temperatures, 13 in Ocean Pines, 19 in Bethany Beach and in Rehoboth. Thankfully, the winds have calmed down, so we're not looking at strong winds for the first time in a while, but it doesn't take much wind to really feel cold out there. In some cases, feeling closer to 10 above zero right now, as we are looking at mainly clear skies right now, and then we're increasing clouds as we go through the day. And in fact, we have some snow showers across the Ohio Valley. There's a warm front that will be heading our way, and maybe some of these snow showers this evening, but it's clear and cold early on today, and then increasing clouds throughout the day. And by noon, I think we're starting to melt snow at temperatures near freezing, and then mid-30s with cloudy skies as we go into the afternoon as we're melting that snow. As temperatures climb above freezing this afternoon, watch for refreeze this evening, maybe a little bit of snow warming into the weekend with showers and maybe even some Sunday snow. More on that coming up in just a little bit.
Thank you, Bob. And as you just saw with one of your maps there, we are experiencing some brutal cold temperatures this morning, and the cold is especially dangerous for those who are homeless.
CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Lewis. Elisa, you're at one of the many Code Purple shelters along the coast that's trying to help those who don't have a warm place to stay.
Good morning, Matt and Paige. I actually just checked the weather on my phone, and right now in Lewis, it is saying that the temperature is 20 degrees. And if you're out here even for just a few minutes, it's extremely uncomfortable, so it's hard to imagine what it would feel like to sleep out here overnight. And right now in Lewis, I am standing at the St. Jude the Apostle Church, which actually serves as a Code Purple shelter for the homeless during the super cold winter months. And now all of these Code Purple shelters open their doors to people who are experiencing homelessness so that they have a warm and safe place to stay. And in addition to providing shelter, Code Purple also ensures that everyone can have a cozy place to sleep. The organization has shelters in Seaford, Lewis, Georgetown, Milford, and Rehoboth Beach. Most of the shelters start check-in around 8:30 p.m. and are open until 7 a.m. And we spoke with the site director for Code Purple at the Cape, who told us about the importance of keeping these shelters running. And we're going to hear from him a little later on. Back to you.
Thank you, Elisa Weber. Now, she is out in those cold conditions this morning. It got us here wondering about some of the coldest days in history for our communities. Here is what we found. Almost 42 years ago to the day, Lewis posted a temperature of minus 11, I should say. Similar part of the calendar in 1985 for Ocean City. That town had a minus 1 degree temperature. One of our most recent ones, 11 years ago in Georgetown, with a temp of minus 5. Millsboro has the distinction of having the coldest day in Delaware history, minus 17 on January 17th, 1893. What is it about this time of the year?
Oh, well, it's January. Well, amid the brutal winter weather, DelDOT is sharing some reminders for drivers as well. As temperatures continue to drop, so is your tire pressure. DelDOT says you got to make sure your tires are filled, have a mechanic check your battery as well, and think about using rubber floor mats. Also, make sure you keep an emergency kit in case your car breaks down.
Now taking a live look at the White House in Washington, D.C. It was only a couple of hours ago that President Biden, the only president ever from the state of Delaware, gave his farewell speech inside that building. And during the speech, the president claimed Americans are better off after his 4 years in office, and he made his case with a list of actions taken by his administration.
This included the latest in Israel-Hamas ceasefire and hostage deal. NBC's Chris Pallone shows us what Biden highlighted about his time in office and his remarks on the future.
I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern.
In his farewell address to the nation, President Biden with a warning about what he sees as a looming threat.
That's the dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people.
By the military.
Reminiscent of Dwight Eisenhower's farewell 60 years ago when that outgoing president warned of the emerging military-industrial complex. Biden striking a similar tone about the ultra-wealthy, as tech billionaires like Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg have flocked to President-elect Trump's side after his election win.
Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy.
Biden also warning about what he calls the tech-industrial complex.
Americans are being buried under an avalanche of misinformation and disinformation, enabling the abuse of power. Social media is giving up on fact-checking. The truth is smothered by lies told for power and for profit.
The farewell came hours after what might be one of his crowning foreign policy achievements, announcing a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas.
This plan was developed and negotiated by my team and will be largely implemented by the incoming administration.
Biden leaves office with extremely low approval ratings, but believes history will judge his legacy kindly.
It will take time to feel the full impact of all we've done together.
For all the warnings, Biden ended on an optimistic note, emphasizing his belief that the nation will endure.
Now it's your turn to stand guard. May you all be the keeper of the flame. May you keep the faith. I love America. You love it too.
Some of President Joe Biden's final words in a public service career spanning more than 5 decades. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Washington.
And before his work in the White House, President Biden spent over a decade serving the people of Delaware. In 1972, he is elected U.S. Senator, making him the youngest Delawarean to serve in the Senate. 1991, he helped return at least 1,180 acres of previously Army and Navy-controlled coastal land back to Delaware. Then in 2008, he was elected vice president, the highest office ever held by a Delawarean outside of his presidency. Then in 2020, after a very close race, took 4 days to determine, he was elected president. New this morning, we have some images of a big crash that happened in Lewis. It was on Beaver Dam Road just before 1 a.m. What you're looking at is the Lewis Fire Department on the scene there. At least 2 vehicles were involved, causing this part of the road to be closed. Information still limited at this time, but we'll continue to update our CoastTV app and our website as we learn more.
Developing news in Millsboro, the town is seeking help from DelDOT to work on new traffic safety measures. DelDOT's Director of Community Relations, C.R. McLeod, shared with CoastTV that a traffic signal would go at the intersection of Route 24 and Plantation Lakes, but they're also looking at lowering speed limits.
We've actually met with the town this week and have asked for some additional data and information that will allow our traffic engineers to really evaluate that request and look at what would be the most effective speed in that general area.
And DelDOT says designs for that intersection are in progress, but no timeline has been set.
Earlier this week, Ocean City Council debated the idea of a month-long minimum length of stay for renters in certain neighborhoods. But after some fierce pushback during a public comment period, that plan was quickly rejected. That doesn't mean, though, the idea of a minimum stay is dead. The council is now going to look at a possible week-long length of stay in some specific neighborhoods. That's something one realtor says might still be a problem.
Most of them want to be able to offset the high costs of having a property in Ocean City. And then when they're able to afford to not have to rent, they don't.
The next time the council will talk about the proposed changes will be during a work session, and then from there, it'll either move forward to a first reading or it'll be taken out entirely. And this brings us to our CoastTV poll now. We want to know, what is the ideal minimum stay for R1 rentals?
Yeah, let's take a look at the updated results. The majority of voters are saying 7 days at 59%, also a good number saying 2 days. And then we have other categories, 14.5, no minimum, getting 13%. So if you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at CoastTV.com or our mobile app. Purdue Farms has agreed to pay $4 million for reported child labor violations. This is at its poultry processing plant in Accomack County.
Yeah, and an investigation from the U.S. Department of Labor found that Purdue worked with a third-party staffing agency and employed children in hazardous roles.
Report found that some of the children were also found to be working past 7 p.m. on school nights. Now, Purdue has agreed to a series of compliance measures.
Meanwhile, just last week, the Georgetown-Purdue plant triggered that hazmat response when chemicals were mistakenly mixed together by a supplier. DenRec continues to investigate that incident.
Got a long-term solution for Berlin's lack of parking. That's about to become reality. The town recently announced it will be opening a brand new parking lot at the corner of West Street and Washington Street. Local business owners tell Coast TV News they hope the expanded parking will provide a better downtown experience.
All right, we're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, push towards Beach Patrol building in Rehoboth Beach. We'll tell you how much over budget this project is and give you an estimated timeline of completion.
Also ahead, Nispillian traffic moves. We're talking about the possible solution Millsboro is requesting from DelDOT to protect the Nispillian Bridge.
And next, presidential visits on the peninsula. We look at Delmarva's history with the Commander-in-Chief. Coast TV News Today is back after this.
Find your next job at the Delmarva Job Fair, sponsored by the Stokely Center and the Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services. Join us Saturday, February 1st from 10 to 2 at Delaware Tech in Georgetown. Employers in healthcare, construction, retail, and more. Plus, the Delaware Department of Labor will also be on site for resume tips and advice to help you stand out. Take the next step in your career at this one-day hiring event. Learn more at WBOCevents.com.
Turn your home into a masterpiece with Artwork Painting. Local professional painters at an affordable price.
Artwork Painting did an excellent job with our house. We were really happy with all of the pieces of work they did, the drywall work, the walls, the trim. I would definitely recommend Artwork Painting for your house.
Artwork Painting treats our customers and their homes with care, delivering quality work and experiences. Call Artwork Painting now for a free same-day estimate. Artwork Painting, keeping Southern Delaware beautiful inside and out.
Come out for the Delmarva Shorebirds Hot Stove Banquet, Thursday, January 30th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Get your tickets today, which includes a buffet-style dinner and your opportunity to meet Orioles manager Brandon Hyde. Plus, there'll be a cash bar and silent auction with sports memorabilia from your favorite MLB and minor league teams. Proceeds benefit the Shorebirds Fly Together Fund. Tickets available now at theshorebirds.com.
The Polar Bear Plunge, benefiting Special Olympics Delaware, is one of the first state's coldest and most beloved traditions. This year, you have 2 exciting ways to take part. Plunge in person in Rehoboth Beach on Sunday, February 2nd, or create your own virtual plunge. Anytime, anywhere, and as cold or not as you want. It's not about how you plunge, it's about why. Support thousands of Special Olympics Delaware athletes. Register now at plungede.org.
While Rehoboth Beach is known as the nation's summer capital, it's not the only community in our area to host a visit from the leader of the free world. And in this week's Coastal Connections, Matt Pensick takes us through some of the history of the trips made by past presidents of the United States.
As Joe Biden is wrapping up the end of his term as president, we still expect to see scenes like this. A retired Biden taking a walk on the beach near his North Shore's home. No man before, during, or potentially after serving as president has visited Delmarva as often as Biden. Then again, no other had a home on our peninsula. Several other members of the exclusive presidential club have spent time in our area. This is a 1909 photo of Teddy Roosevelt in Georgetown. Now, considering the clothing and that there are leaves on the trees in the background, this trip to the Sussex County seat was likely after Roosevelt left office in March of that year. In June of 1922, Warren G. Harding made a one-day trip that spanned nearly the entire state of Delaware. This is his stop in Milford as thousands lined the street to greet the president. According to the New York Times, Harding made stops in Georgetown, Harbison, in Cool Spring before boarding the presidential yacht anchored at the breakwater in Lewis and sailing off to end his trip. Richard Nixon made several trips during his time as vice president and later as president. Most were visits to his good friend, John J. Williams, at the Delaware senator's cottage in Rehoboth Beach. Just before winning a landslide election in 1972, Nixon made a trip to Assateague Island as a guest of Whaleyville native and former chair of the Federal Reserve, Thomas McCabe. In the early days of his campaign for president, Jimmy Carter made a visit to Georgetown where, according to newspaper reports, he spoke about farming and the price of grain. Bill Clinton spent the 2000 Memorial Day weekend on Assateague. Part of that visit included an announcement that directed the Departments of Commerce and Interior to create a national mission for managing beaches and marine habitat. In 2016, then-candidate Donald Trump spoke at a jam-packed Stephen Decatur High School gym, hitting on one of his favorite talking points.
For creating jobs as a president, honestly, you either have that instinct or you don't.
The man who beat Trump in 2020, Joe Biden, now has more time to spend and taking all that comes with living near the ocean. With Coastal Connections, I'm Matt Pensick.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
New year, new bath. Bring in 2025 with big savings from Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Right now, get 20% off all upgrades, plus save 25% on your entire bathroom project. Baths by Spicer Brothers can bring your vision to life with safe and accessible tub-to-shower conversions.
Our factory certified team guarantees 5-star professional installation completed in as little as 1 day.
Call today and save 20% off all upgrades and 25% off your entire bathroom project.
Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit GetMonkeyMagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, why brave souls are taking an icy plunge. Plus, it's National Blood Donor Month. Why now is the perfect time to roll up your sleeve and help save lives. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
How else am I supposed to know that bike is stolen?
Was it a clear-cut deal or a low-down steal?
Did you think that you were just a good bargainer?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I did.
Judge Judy.
Thursday at 2 on Coast TV.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
Time is 5:18, and you're getting a live look at a cold but calm Ocean City. Cold for now, Bob, but I did hear you say moments ago a warm front, and I do like that word warm.
How about warmer front?
I will take it.
It's not like the leading edge to 60s and 70s. We're looking at warmer temperatures, Matt, as we work our way into the weekend. Here's the storyline. It's still cold today, but we're moving above that freezing mark, so we will melt some snow. And we could even see some snow showers this evening as that warmer front gets closer. Then for the weekend, showers Saturday, then showers and possibly some snow on Sunday into Sunday evening. More on that coming up, but it is a cold start. 13 in Ocean Pines, 12 in Redden, 16 in Salisbury, 15 in Seaford, 18 in Rehoboth right now. Thankfully, the winds have calmed down. In fact, pretty much calm inland. So we have that. A little bit of a breeze along the coast. So it feels like temperatures pretty close to the actual temperatures right now as we're looking at, we'll call it mostly clear skies. And once again, very cold out there. So make sure you bundle up and watch out for some of the spots on the roads. We do have some increasing clouds off to the west right now, and we're seeing some snow showers across the Ohio Valley. That's ahead of this warm front here. We have Pacific air moving in from the west as opposed to Arctic air. So as this front heads our way, I think we could see some snow showers as we go into this evening with the front. Nothing heavy, nothing accumulating, just maybe a little bit of snow. So futurecast this morning is cold with teens and 20s. We increase the clouds as we go through the day and mainly cloudy by noon. And you see temperatures getting near the freezing mark in Delmar and Selbyville and other places. Then I think we move above that freezing mark, melting more snow mid-afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the mid-30s as the winds move out of the southwest. And then as we go into this evening, as I mentioned, maybe a few snow showers moving through as that warmer air aloft moves in, and temperatures will fall below freezing. So watch for refreeze. And then not as cold into Friday morning with temperatures in the 20s and 30s. And by Friday afternoon, sunshine and temperatures into the 30s and lower 40s as our winds turn to the south and west, and then eventually switch to the northwest as we go into Friday and out of the west. So that will keep us mild as we go into the weekend, as feels like temperatures are in the single digits and teens, feeling like 20s into the afternoon, and improving wind chill values as we go through time. Into the weekend, we are looking at rain showers on Saturday, but then by Sunday, as colder air moves in, rain showers changing to a little bit of snow, especially along the coast, and maybe accumulating snow. This is a preliminary look, and maybe 2 inches or so southeast Delaware into the coast of Maryland, lighter amounts off to the north and west. Whatever happens, we're looking at the coldest air of the season moving in behind that. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 35 today, and then Friday 41 with sunshine. Saturday 47, melting a lot more snow with rain showers, and then rain showers changing to a little bit of snow on Sunday with falling temperatures. And then for MLK Day and Inauguration Day, Monday 25, and then look at those single-digit lows Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday morning, and not even getting out of the teens for highs on Tuesday. Congratulations to Bobby from Millsboro on winning a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. There's now a new DelDOT system. It's called Clankers, and this is at the Miss Pillion Bridge in Milford. They are boot buoys, and their purpose is to prevent the bridge from being hit by trucks that are too tall. DelDOT came up with this system after the bridge had several instances of being hit, which led to repairs and caused delays and closures on the road. The buoys hang down at just about the same height as the bridge, so there'll be audibly warnings any drivers that won't fit underneath.
And yes, it's a good idea that they do have the warning devices now. They're letting, especially people with trailers or whatever kind of trucks or whatever they are. Hopefully there won't be any more trucks hitting the bridge.
Yeah, hopefully that is the case. Here are some recent instances that we found. A combine struck the top of the bridge, causing it to temporarily close while damage was repaired. The bridge itself, it's about 100 years old, and DelDOT says the clanker devices have already been used elsewhere in the state and are proving to be successful.
Coming up next on Coast TV News Today, a push towards a new beach patrol. We're telling you about the new budget and what one local thinks the addition will benefit the town. Don't go anywhere.
I've built a community, I've built a home here, and it's not pack up boxes every 3 years. It's a space that I'm invested in, my husband's invested in, and it really makes it just feel special. The stories that we cover every day, we also live every single day. So the stories that we tell are the ones that also impact us. We speak with people at the grocery store, our neighbors, our colleagues, our friends. We're all in this together.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
Coaches make a difference for their athletes and communities, and we want to honor them.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and donate $500 to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an additional donation to their program.
The coach can be from any sport at any level up to and including high school.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
Delmarva Sports Network's Coach Who Makes a Difference. Sponsored by Preston Automotive Group.
It all started with a food truck. A truck and a dream of bringing excellent street food to our community. That dream became Tiki Jack's as we know it today. From mouth-watering street tacos to our signature sandwiches and street-inspired entrees, Tiki Jack's is the ultimate destination for comfort food by the shore. Whether you're dining out with family, or looking for a fun night out with friends, stop by Tiki Jack's of Rehoboth Beach today for all your street eats and brews.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
Coast TV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
We've covered the ongoing construction for the Rehoboth Beach Patrol building. That's the new one that they're building there in Rehoboth Beach. Now the contractor has released some new budget numbers as well as a timeline for when it should be done. Construction is on schedule for May 16th. The budget, not so much on schedule. According to city documents, the contractor's original budget of $4.8 million, but documents now show the current total sits around $5.6 million. Still, some people in Rehoboth say they're very excited to see the new and improved building.
Anytime you can improve, especially a tourist town, it's a good thing for everybody.
Next week will be a topping off ceremony. That's where city staff, commissioners, and the Beach Patrol alumni all get a chance to sign a part of that new station.
Looking forward to that, and we're looking forward to this because we are joined again by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey. It's getting a little warmer, Bob, but not ready to say it's going to be a balmy day there in Rehoboth Beach.
No, not with temperatures in the mid-30s. I'll call it not as cold. How about that? We're looking at cold conditions this morning, teens and low 20s, and then mid-30s, I think, by the afternoon for Fenwick Island and Ocean City as we're melting more of that snow. Waves only 2 to 3 feet, and for Lewis and Rehoboth, we are warming to the freezing mark or a little bit above that as we go into the afternoon with increasing clouds. Similar conditions on the bay side with 1-foot waves, just above freezing this afternoon in Cambridge. And then for Crisfield, you are into the middle 30s for this afternoon as we're warming up into the weekend, but then we increase the shower chances, maybe some snow by the end of the weekend. More on that coming up in the next half hour.
Sounds good, Bob. Thank you. Also coming up after the break, Millsboro safety measures. We're telling you how the city is asking DelDOT for help.
Also, part ways with President. We'll tell you how President Biden is highlighting his half a century in public service and his thoughts on the future of the nation.
And Code Purple is coming to help the homeless. We're going to tell you where to find the multiple locations across Delmarva as temperatures dip into the teens. We'll be right back.
Turn your dreams of a perfect kitchen into reality with That Cabinet Store, where a dedicated team of designers will bring your vision to life. Whether it's traditional or European, kitchen design is our specialty. And we can get your fully customized kitchen cabinets installed in as little as 4 weeks, semi-custom in 10 days. And if you're looking for new countertops, we offer quality in-house fabricated countertops. Dream today, designs for tomorrow at That Cabinet Store, located with Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury.
Start the new year off generously by giving to those in need on Delmarva. Coast Country Cares is hosting a Code Purple Drive on Saturday, January 18th at Boulevard Ford in Lewis. Stop by from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to donate non-perishable food items, warm clothing, cleaning supplies, and more for shelters and those who need it most this winter. For a complete list of items for January 18th, go to coastcountry.com. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Ready to have some fun? Yeah! Somebody's having a night tonight.
I love this win! Thursday at 7 on Coast TV.
The competition heats up.
Ain't no party like a Jeopardy party.
The Jeopardy Champions Wild Card Tournament begins.
All bets are off. Anything can happen.
Thursday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
The Polar Bear Plunge, benefiting Special Olympics Delaware, is one of the first state's coldest and most beloved traditions. This year, you have 2 exciting ways to take part. Plunge in person in Rehoboth Beach on Sunday, February 2nd, or create your own virtual plunge. Anytime, anywhere, and as cold or not as you want. It's not about how you plunge, it's about why. Support thousands of Special Olympics Delaware athletes. Register now at plungede.org.
Now on Coast TV News.
Biden bids farewell, several mixed messages in the 46th president's address to the nation, days away from the end of his term.
It's clear and cold now, then increasing clouds and temperatures creeping above freezing this afternoon. A few snow showers possible this evening. Even milder to start the weekend. Some showers, maybe some Sunday snow. Details coming up.
Shelter from the Cold will tell you where you can go if you need a warm place to sleep as temperatures continue to drop.
Millsboro traffic trouble as the town continues to grow. What officials there are now asking DelDOT to deal with in terms of growing congestion.
This is Coast TV News Today.
January 16th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley.
The time is 5:30 as we make our way on this Thursday morning that could see us get above the freezing mark.
Yes, definitely, but it doesn't feel like it right now. So bundle up if you're about to leave your house, if you're going to work or anything. Wear some sweatpants underneath your work dress. That's what I do. It works very well. So we're going to bring in Bob Trahi right now. Bob, you bundled up too, I'm guessing, on your way out the door today.
You have to be. In fact, it's not a bad idea to wear mittens either. That way you can keep all your fingers together and warm and clench them in a fist, because it is a cold start. 12 in Redden this morning, 16 in Salisbury, 15 in Seaford, and 18 in Rehoboth. Thankfully, the winds are much lighter, a little bit of a breeze along the coast, so the feels like temperatures pretty much mirroring the actual temperatures into the teens right now. As we're looking at mostly clear skies still, watch for those slick spots out there. They are still out there as we melt snow and then refreeze it at night. We're increasing clouds farther to the west, even some snow across the Ohio Valley. Some of the snow showers could get in here as we go into this evening. We do warm up those temperatures today. We increase the clouds by noon, near freezing, and I think we're into the mid-30s by this afternoon with the cloudy skies, and then maybe a few snow showers this evening. For the kiddos off to the bus stop, it's cold with 2 exclamation points, 12 degrees. Make sure they're bundled up, and then heading home, melting some snow, not as cold with increasing clouds at around 33 degrees.
Thank you, Bob. And as he just mentioned, the cold morning all over Delmarva. Here's what the roads look like right now in Millsboro. It's where 113 meets the John J. Williams Highway there. A couple cars out there, but doesn't look like any issues on the roads. And Matt, you're looking at Ocean City.
Yeah, Paige, I got Ocean City. Here we are, high above Coastal Highway. Not a lot of traffic there. Roads are fairly clear. Snow you can see still on the medians, but maybe some of that will melt later today, but we are still continuing with these very cold conditions.
And while the cold puts everyone at risk for getting sick, it's especially dangerous for those who are homeless.
Yeah, Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Lewis. She's at one of the Code Purple shelters in our area. These are for people who do not have a warm place to stay. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt and Paige. I actually just checked the weather on my phone. It says right now in Lewis, it's about 20 degrees outside. And even just being out here for a few minutes is uncomfortable. So it's hard to imagine what it would be like to sleep out here overnight. And right now in Lewis, I'm standing at the St. Jude the Apostle Church, which actually is a Code Purple shelter for people to come and stay at as temperatures continue to drop. And Code Purple shelters across Sussex County provide people with a safe and warm place to stay as, again, those temperatures continue to drop. And these shelters also provide a cozy place for people to stay so that they can feel comfortable and escape some of the hardships they are dealing with. The organization has shelters in Seaford, Lewis, Georgetown, Milford, and Rehoboth Beach. We spoke with the site director for Code Purple at the Cape about the importance of keeping these shelters running.
It's going to be cold out, I think, for at least another month. So we expect this to continue for some time, where the temperatures are at nighttime below freezing. But we'll certainly keep an eye on it, try to accommodate. There's no one waiting at the door right now. So as we're getting the word out that we have more beds, the beds are filling up.
Most of the Code Purple shelters start check-in around 8:30 p.m. and are open until 7 a.m. Back to you.
Now going to take a live look right now at the White House. It is there. Everyone is sleeping. They had a long night maybe. It's only hours ago that President Biden gave his farewell speech after spending 50 years serving the public. The president highlighting some of his administration's achievements, also delivering a series of warnings, though, for the future of the country. Most notably, he says the unchecked power in the presidency. The president also wishing the incoming Trump administration success. He concluded his remarks by thanking the American people.
My eternal thanks to you, the American people. After 50 years of public service, I give you my word. I still believe in the idea for which this nation stands. A nation where the strength of our institutions and the character of our people matter and must endure.
Farewell came hours after what might be one of his crowning foreign policy achievements, announcing a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. Biden leaves office with extremely low approval ratings, however, but believes history will judge his legacy kindly.
Yeah, before his work in the White House, President Biden spent decades serving the people of Delaware. In 1972, he was elected U.S. Senator, at the time making him the youngest Delawarean to ever serve in the Senate. In 1991, he helped return at least over 1,100 acres of previously Army and Navy-controlled coastal land back to Delaware. 2008, he was elected vice president, the highest office ever held by a Delawarean outside of his presidency under the Constitution. And in 2020, after a very close race that took 4 days to determine, he was elected president. New this morning, we have some images of a big crash that took place in Lewis. This is on Beaver Dam Road. It was just before 1 a.m., just hours ago. And what you're seeing is the Lewis Fire Department on the scene. We know at least 2 vehicles were involved, and it caused this part of the road to be closed. Information very limited at this time, and we will update the CoastTV app and website as we learn more.
Slow down Millsboro. A change to the speed limit is under consideration. The town's requested that DelDOT immediately pursue multiple traffic safety measures as the population there continues to grow.
CoastTV reporter Zakia Jennings shows us what those safety measures are and what the problem seems to be.
Consistent traffic on Route 24. Now add cars trying to turn into that consistent traffic. That's what's happening at the intersection of Route 24 and Plantation Lakes, a new housing development. Millsboro's town council requested that DelDOT immediately pursue various traffic safety and traffic control measures. DelDOT's Director of Community Relations, C.R. McLeod, shared with CoastTV that a traffic study is leading them to those safety measures.
One of the outcomes of that was that we will be adding a new traffic signal at that intersection.
And McLeod says DelDOT isn't stopping there.
The town has also asked us to just evaluate the posted speed limit and look at whether a reduction in speed could also help address some of the safety concerns in that area.
Barbara Heverin says this is something her community desperately needs, especially as Millsboro grows in size.
I think we really need it because it takes us like probably 5 minutes just to get out of the development to wait for traffic from both sides. We definitely need a red light there.
Now I'm standing here on the corner at the intersection of Route 24 and Plantation Lakes. And as you can see behind me, it does take cars a minute to actually be able to turn this corner safely. DelDOT says they are in the process of creating design plans for this intersection, but there is no specific timeline as to when the traffic signal will go up, but it will be in 2025. In Millsboro, I'm Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
We're going to stay in Millsboro for this next story. An East Millsboro elementary school teacher wins a big award. Jason Orland was named a recipient of the Presidential Award for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching.
Purdue Farms has agreed to pay $4 million for reported child labor violations at its poultry processing plant in Accomack, Virginia.
Yeah, an investigation from the U.S. Department of Labor found that Purdue worked with a third-party staffing agency. They employed children in hazardous roles.
That report found that some of those children were also found to be working past 7 p.m. on school nights. Purdue has agreed to a series of compliance measures.
Meanwhile, last week, the Georgetown-Purdue plant triggered a hazmat response when chemicals were mistakenly mixed together by a supplier, and DENREC continues to investigate that incident. As we move on, and happening now, Israel and Hamas, they've appeared to reach a deal ending 15 months of fighting in the Gaza Strip. This started when Hamas brutally invaded Israel, beheading people, killing babies by putting them in ovens, and kidnapping Israelis and even some Americans. The agreement is expected to free dozens of those who were kidnapped in exchange for Palestinian terrorists, as well as the Palestinians in Israeli jails. The deal marks the first real break in violence since a week-long truce expired in December 1st of 2023, and it follows weeks of talks and setbacks. Got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up, time's up for TikTok. We're telling you about the potential efforts to save the social media app as we're only about 3 days away from a potential government ban.
Also, fierce wrestling face-off held Delmar dominated the heavier weight classes in their match against Sussex Academy.
And it's the first day of Dreamfest in Ocean City. We're going to tell you what you can expect from the event in honor of the civil rights activist Martin Luther King ahead of his holiday next week. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, why brave souls are taking an icy plunge. Plus, it's National Blood Donor Month. Why now is the perfect time to roll up your sleeve and help save lives. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Find your next job at the Delmarva Job Fair, sponsored by the Stokely Center and the Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services. Join us Saturday, February 1st from 10 to 2 at Delaware Tech in Georgetown. Employers in healthcare, construction, retail, and more. Plus, the Delaware Department of Labor will also be on site for resume tips and advice to help you stand out. Take the next step in your career at this one-day hiring event. Learn more at WBOCevents.com.
Hi, this is Jimmy Hoppa inviting you to join us as we take the cross to the country. Christian country and Southern gospel, all to celebrate our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Taking the cross to the country, Sunday mornings at 8 on Coast Country, sponsored by Fitzgerald Salvage and Recycling.
Just 5:41 with tanking temperatures on this Thursday morning. Laurel right now 11 degrees. That's really cold with clear skies and light winds. 15 in Seaford, 15 in Milton, 16 in Salisbury. Check my home station in Millsboro, 13 degrees there and 19 in Bethany Beach with light winds. So thankfully, not too much in the way of wind chill, but it's still cold with feels like temperatures in the teens with mostly clear skies. We will increase clouds as we go through the day, but all in all, looking pretty good as you're traveling to work and school. Morning commute, I gave it the yellow light. It's cold and dry. Warm up that car, bundle up the kids. Watch for wet roads and then refreeze this evening as we're seeing temperatures creeping above freezing. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone. It's sponsored by Brockstead Mandalis Federico.
Thank you, Bob. There's a chance you can give blood this weekend at the movies at Midway. All donors Saturday will receive a free movie ticket. Good deal. The blood bank says the winter months can be especially difficult to get donations.
Good cause, good deal. All right, get ready for the Lewis Polar Bear Plunge benefiting Special Olympics Delaware. This is on Sunday, February 2nd. It's at 1 p.m. And even though it's called the Lewis Plunge, this actually happens in Rehoboth Beach. And what you see on your screen now is a past plunge in 5K. This year marks the 34th plunge, which has raised over $17 million for athletes with intellectual disabilities since this all started in 1992. The event includes a weekend of fun activities like that 5K run, sand sculpting, and the big plunge happening Sunday. And I, once again, will be the announcer for the 5K. That's on Saturday the 1st.
Happening today, it's the first day for Dreamfest in Ocean City, the town's second annual celebration of Martin Luther King Jr. ahead of MLK Day on Monday. There's going to be live music, art exhibitions, and family-friendly activities. Again, it goes all weekend long.
Coast TV is your home for Eagles NFL divisional round playoff action. On Sunday, the Birds are home at the field in South Philly, taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Paige, I believe that's a picture of Saquon Barkley. He's from Penn State.
Okay.
Coverage here on Coast TV begins at 2.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. It was Wrestling Wednesday last night in Delaware. It's a Henlopen and South battle between the Seahawks and the Wildcats. We're going to move to the Henlopen South Division. It's Sussex Academy in the Wildcat Den. Starting off in the 126 weight class, it's Reese Farr of Delmar battling Mason Shade of Sussex Academy. Farr holds Shade in a pin to win the match, with the score 18-3. In 138, it's Noah Solis of Delmar battling Andy Roblero of Sussex Academy. Roblero swoops in, grabs Solis by the leg, takes him down to the mat. Roblero goes on to win the match for the Seahawks. In the 144 weight class, it's Jazz Sneed of Delmar battling Gabriel Hill of Sussex Academy. Sneed grabs a hold of Hill, brings him down. Sneed goes on to win the match for the Wildcats. In the 157 weight class, it's Teddy Agoff of Delmar battling Enrico DeSalvo of Sussex Academy. Agoff holds DeSalvo in a pin and wins the match, making the score 38-9. In the 175 weight class, Damian Vergarian battling of Horton, Sussex Academy. Horton holds Vergarian in a pin to win and makes that match come out on top, but the score would be going to Delmar in the victory, 56-21. That's all for sports. Have a great day, everybody.
And coming up tonight on DSN, your game of the night is at 6:30. Cape Vikings take on Stephen Decatur in boys basketball. Then for a recap of all the action, tune into the final score at 10:30 on the exclusive DSN Plus app at 4. Watch Kent Island take on Queen Anne's in girls basketball. 5:30, Crisfield facing off against Washington in girls basketball. And in boys basketball, 5:45, you can watch Laurel take on Lake Forest in boys basketball. 7 p.m. Smyrna taking on Sussex, also boys basketball.
And the LA Fires have delayed nomination announcements for several Hollywood award shows. One group has announced its nomination. Of course, it's based on more than 5,000 miles away. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
No sane man would want the papacy. The men who are dangerous are the ones who do want it.
Conclave leads the nominations for this year's BAFTA Film Awards. The Vatican thriller has earned 12 nominations, just ahead of Emilia Perez, which received 11 nods. The Brutalist picked up 9 nominations. All 3 are up for the top prize, Best Film. The BAFTA Film Awards are set for February 16th in London.
What will be the funny story that I'll tell about this later? And that helps me get through the now.
Comedians are helping their colleagues get through the now of the LA wildfires. A Comedy Gives Back show will benefit comedians affected by the fires. Patton Oswalt, Zach Galifianakis, Bob Odenkirk, and Brian Posehn lead the lineup of the benefit January 31st in Los Angeles. More info and resources for comedians at comedygivesback.com. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
If it's been a rough week, you can cheer up with some good news from Coast TV, personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and a whole lot more. You can sign up for that right now at coasttv.com/sign up. You'll get a weekly dose of joy sent to your inbox on Fridays.
We're seeing dry roads right now on the Tidal Health Cam, but it's cold. 16 in Salisbury, even colder in other parts of Delmarva. But we'll melt some of that snow today as temperatures rise above the freezing mark. And maybe some snow flurries this evening, and then it warms up into the weekend with showers. Then colder on Sunday with some snow possible. Then brutally cold next week. Your forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque knock out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news: Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208 or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
Step into the spotlight and join Coast Life, where every day is fun, fresh, and full of energy. We're searching for a vibrant co-host to bring style, personality, and excitement to our daily lifestyle show. From fashion and entertainment to home decor and seasonal trends, you'll connect with viewers and make every moment unforgettable. Think you're ready to shine? Apply now at drapermediajobs.com and show us what you've got. We are an equal opportunity employer.
It's now 5:49 on your Thursday morning. We're going to check out right now the live scene in Lewis. Looking very good there, Bob. And we know people in Lewis waking up to those cold temps just like the rest of us today.
Really cold, as cold as 11 from what I've seen, and into the teens for the rest of us. So just really cold. So the storyline is cold this morning and then melting snow as we go into the afternoon and possibly some evening snow showers. Then heading into the weekend, milder to start with showers, and then it's colder on Sunday. Maybe some accumulating snow Sunday afternoon and evening, but it is cold right now. Just checked my home station in Millsboro, 13 there, 15 in Seaford, 11 in Redden. I know Laurel's 11 too, 21 in Ocean City. Thankfully, the winds are calm. Inland areas, a little bit of a breeze at the coast, so the feels like temperatures pretty much mirror the actual temperatures. It's just plain cold, so really bundle up, but we're not battling that strong wind. As we're looking at mostly clear skies right now, there are some clouds increasing to the west, now moving into the I-95 corridor. We will increase the clouds throughout the day, even looking at snow showers now across the Ohio Valley as a warm front is heading our way. No, we're not looking at shorts weather behind this front, but it's Pacific air that is moving in behind this front that will be moving in as we go through the end of the week into the weekend. And ahead of this warmer air, we're looking at some snow breaking out, and we could see some of those snow showers as we go into this evening. But it's cold out the door. Here's 7 on Futurecast, teens and low 20s, but it does warm up into the mid-20s by 9, thickening clouds by noon, and temperatures close to freezing then. Then I think we're above that freezing mark mid-afternoon, around 34 in Millsboro, 35 in Long Neck, 34 in Delmar. So we're definitely melting snow with cloudy skies, and then do watch for refreeze as we go into this evening into the evening hours. And then as a warm front heads our way, we will look at maybe a few snow showers popping up here and there as we go through the evening. And then that system moves out. We clear it out as we go into Friday morning, and temperatures not as cold in the 20s, and then 30s and low 40s, I think, Friday afternoon, as feels like temperatures are cold this morning, single digits in teens, but not as bad this afternoon into the 20s, and that does improve into Friday, feeling like teens and 20s out the door Friday morning, and then much better by Friday evening. For the weekend, we've got some changes. I think we're looking at some rain showers with a southerly flow on Saturday. Then a cold front comes through on Sunday. It stalls, and we see some snow breaking out, maybe heavier snow right along the coast of Maryland and Delaware, lighter amounts off to the north and east, and then that system moves offshore. Then it's the coldest air of the season moving in after that. Here's a European model look at how much snow we could see, maybe over 2 inches, coastal areas or east of 113 from Maryland up into Delaware, with lighter amounts off to the north and west, and then brutally cold as we head into next week. For the inauguration, MLK Day, we're looking at some of the coldest air we've seen in some time. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 35 today, mostly cloudy, maybe a few evening snow showers, and then 41 Friday, 47 Saturday with the rain, and then colder Sunday, falling through the 30s with rain changing to snow, maybe a little bit of accumulation, and then MLK Day and Inauguration Day Monday is a cold one, 25, 8 above Tuesday morning, and look at that on Tuesday. Do not even get out of the teens, 19 single digits Wednesday and Thursday morning. It does warm up a little bit for the end of the week, but very, very cold into next week.
All right, Bob, thank you. TikTok may get some extra ticks of the clock to avoid going dark. The social media app could find a lifeline in President-elect Donald Trump. Right now, it will be banned if it can't secure an American buyer by Sunday. But some sources say Trump is considering giving TikTok more time to cut a deal.
Many people have turned to GoFundMe campaigns to get help after those devastating California wildfires, but it may result in reduced financial assistance from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. FEMA says it cannot provide help with disaster needs if they've already been met by another source. Those other sources could include insurance and donations to GoFundMe campaigns.
Just like that, the holidays are over. The Rehoboth Christmas tree got taken down. You can see the tree in pieces as the tree got taken down, but don't worry, we'll see another one again next year.
And it's all frozen over on the Hershey exteriors cam this morning. 21 in Ocean City, teens inland areas. But we'll melt some of that snow today as temperatures rise above the freezing mark. Maybe some snow showers this evening, then warmer into the weekend with rain showers, and then ending as snow maybe on Sunday, and then brutally cold next week. Your 10-day forecast is coming up next.
I'm here for one reason, and that's to help the innocent.
You got your work cut out for you.
Just get me enough to arrest. I'll take it from there. Justice, real justice. That's a glorious thing.
SVU, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
When a person goes missing, time is not on our side.
There is a madman out there whose only mission is to get to you. Over here!
It's not over.
It all started with a food truck. A truck and a dream of bringing excellent street food to our community. That dream became Tiki Jack's as we know it today. From mouth-watering street tacos to our signature sandwiches and street-inspired entrees, Tiki Jack's is the ultimate destination for comfort food by the shore. Whether you're dining out with family or looking for a fun night out with friends, stop by Tiki Jack's at Rehoboth Beach today for all your street eats and brews.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit getmonkeymagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
Come out for the Delmarva Shorebirds Hot Stove Banquet, Thursday, January 30th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Get your tickets today, which includes a buffet-style dinner and your opportunity to meet Orioles manager Brandon Hyde. Plus, there'll be a cash bar and silent auction with sports memorabilia from your favorite MLB and minor league teams. Proceeds benefit the Shorebirds Fly Together Fund. Tickets available now at theshorebirds.com.
Now 5:56, it's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Oh, look at this one, Paige. Today's Coastal Pet of the Day. We've been getting a lot of these great shots with dogs in the snow. So right now you can see this pup enjoying the cold, icy snow. While it is here, might get some melting today. This picture was submitted to us by Denise in Seaford.
Keep sending us pictures of your pets. Tell us what makes them so special.
Take a look at your screen. You got that QR code there. If you scan it, you can get your friends to Coast TV News and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It is 5:57 now, and it's time for a look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, we're going from bitter cold to not so cold.
Right. As a warmer front heads our way, we're looking at conditions that are, well, we're seeing light winds this morning, so the wind chill's not as brutal as we're looking at temperatures as low as 11, maybe 10 degrees this morning in some places, and then warming through the teens. Increasing clouds, winds turn to the south, and we do warm above freezing about 35 today, so we will melt snow this afternoon. Watch for refreeze this evening, and then Friday, sunshine 41, showers Saturday, and then 47, then turning colder Sunday, rain then snow, maybe a little of accumulation, couple inches possible Sunday evening. Then Inauguration Day and MLK Day turning really cold, 25. Look at those single-digit lows. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning, only 19 Tuesday, but temperatures do warm up towards the end of the week. Maybe some rain and snow by Friday. We'll see about that. Then 40 by next Saturday.
Thank you, Bob. Coming up at 6, help for the homeless. As we experience cold temperatures overnight, we look at the work shelters in our area are doing to help those in need. All that and more as Coast TV News Today returns.